Hey, welcome to another video. So today we're going to be going into the personality and children of XIVU ARATH. But before we begin, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Sith Citadel Discord, links in the description, and consider becoming a join member or sending a super thanks if you wish to further support the channel. Otherwise, let's jump straight into it. So, compared to her siblings, XIVU ARATH is the least subtle, but the most bloodthirsty, boisterous and wrathful of the three. Nearly every time she speaks, it is in booming roars, ferocious growls, and screams of bloodlust, and is literally the embodiment of war. She relishes conflict and strife in all its forms. She is a master of siege warfare and an expert strategist, with her brood being far better organized and battle-hardened than even Oryx's hive. Even Savathun's ghost in Maru has admitted that XIVU ARATH is the Witness's best general. While her tactical abilities are exceptional, XIVU ARATH has often been shown to be simpler, easier to fool, and generally less intelligent than her siblings. While she was disguised as Osiris, Savathun stated that her sister lacked a sense of creativity and ambitions on her own. After observing that she was merely pushing through the cracks within the dreaming city that the Witch Queen had previously left behind. However, it would be gravely foolish to underestimate XIVU ARATH. For what she lacks in subtlety, she makes up for in determination, cruelty, and ferocity. She has also proven very adept at emotional manipulation, most notably with Sloane after Titan was taken, mocking her and tempting her to give in to the violence. In XIVU ARATH's own words, she targets her enemies' weaknesses and infects them. Doing so leaves her opponents doubting themselves, or giving into rage which would fuel the conflict that feeds her and her worm. XIVU ARATH values persistence as much as she does strength, as she is empowered by the willingness of others to remain fighting. This is best exemplified by her continued support of Kel'Garath risen from bones, whom she continued to resurrect and propped up as a steady source of tith, despite his repeated defeats and deaths. XIVU ARATH continues to be a fanatical believer in the Hive's sword logic, even as her sister and various other lesser Hive have abandoned their beliefs and turned to heresy. When learning of Oryx's death and his slayer's refusal to assume his mantle as the Taken King, XIVU ARATH became utterly furious and hysterical, calling it blasphemy. She felt utter betrayal when she learned that Savathun had turned her back on the darkness and converted to the light. Eris Morn derisively stated that XIVU ARATH is desperate to prove the sword logic, in order to vindicate the Hive's efforts and prove the Traveler's path is a lie. Eris further described XIVU ARATH's desire for the sword logic's truth, of a world without doubt, pity, or grief, as being akin to a child's cry. Following her brother's death, XIVU ARATH outright asked herself whether or not her decision to take up the sword logic and side with the Witness was all for nothing. To XIVU ARATH, as they were all virtually Hive, love and hate are essentially equivalent to concepts. Though she killed Oryx many times in the past, XIVU ARATH has nothing but glowing praise and affection for her brother, as seen in the memories found in the Ghosts of the Deep mission. XIVU ARATH sees him as a source of inspiration and guidance throughout their lives, as both Krill and Hive, calling him the navigator of her life. She was utterly furious after learning of his death and laments the doubt it left behind, audibly wailing when recounting his death, showing herself to be a sister in mourning. Her grief was such that she did not oppose the Lucent Hive as they sought to resurrect her brother in the light, a heretical violation of the sword logic, as it would bring her brother back after suffering a true death. XIVU ARATH's relationship with her sister Savathun is more complicated, as while the Witch Queen gifted her with the conquest of Tabotl, XIVU ARATH later relentlessly hunted her sister after learning of her intention to abandon the sword logic and betray the Witness for the light, something that the war god found both heretical and infuriating. Savathun claimed that XIVU ARATH was actually hunting her out of fear of losing her, because separating herself from her worm would also render Savathun separated from her sister. Somewhat sadly, the Witch Queen admitted that however deeply she cared for XIVU ARATH, it wasn't enough to deter her from her chosen path. Nonetheless, despite the love that the sisters may have once had, XIVU ARATH remains angry with the Witch Queen's abandonment of their ways, leading the god of war to deface what Savathun once possessed and twist her former lieutenants into her servants. Zaven, the daughter of XIVU ARATH, is a taken knight, seen in the first part of the Oracle Engine mission. She, along with her siblings, were tasked with barring the way to the Oracle Engine from the Scorn, Awoken, and Guardians, which is where she'll meet her end by the Guardian. Assuming by name, she is one of several spawn of XIVU ARATH. Balak, the daughter of XIVU ARATH, is a taken knight seen in the first part of the Oracle Engine mission. She, along with her siblings, were tasked with barring a way into the Oracle Engine from the Scorn Awoken and Guardians, which is where she also meets her end by the Guardian, and is also a child of XIVU ARATH. And Rhaegar, the son of XIVU ARATH, is a taken knight seen in the first part of the same mission. He, along with his sisters, were tasked with the same mission to bar the way to the Oracle Engine from the Scorn Awoken and the Guardians. Skoroboth, the son of XIVU ARATH, was also a hive knight and the child of XIVU ARATH, the god of war. He commanded his mother's forces during the initial invasion of the Awoken's territory in the Ascendant realm, but was imprisoned by his foes within a hive fortress when they were unable to kill him. He is finally killed by the Guardian during the Shattered Realm, Ruins of Wrath mission. So what did you guys think of XIVU ARATH and her personality and children? Please let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't already, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Sith Citadel Discord, links in the description, and consider becoming a join member or sending a super thanks if you wish to further support the channel. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.